Omo, I want us to talk about the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Their next game in the FIFA World Cup qualifiers playoff is against Gabon. And I want us to talk about updates concerning that. But before we jump into it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and also turn on notification. My name is Adam. I'm here with Chanana. We affiliate with Nigeria, so you can call me Ebuka and
Chinedu in the building.
yes, so please make sure to like, subscribe, and also turn on notification. Quickly, let's jump into it and begin with the new FIFA ranking for Nigeria. Nigeria sits 41st worldwide and 5th in Africa, which I believe is an advantage to them. Chanana, let's talk about how this benefits Nigeria if they qualify to the World Cup.
This will benefit Nigeria if they qualify. We have pot 1, pot 2, pot 3,
and then
pot 4.
Yeah.
And because of this, the new one has been expanded to 48 teams. So we are going to get 4 different groups instead of your normal 8 groups. So meaning every pot will have 12 teams.
Yep.
12. So with a 41st ranking, probably Nigeria will go to the 3rd pot instead of the 4th pot. And when you go to the 3rd pot, that tells you that you are going to meet someone from the last pot, which we all know will be that Jordan, Uzbekistan, those lower ranked teams that they are easy to beat.
Yes.
You understand? Because let's remember let's say 2010 World Cup, Cote d'Ivoire had North Korea in their group. That tells you Cote d'Ivoire was in pot 3 and got North Korea in pot 4. We all saw what happened. You understand? So when you are in a good pot, it makes it easier for you to qualify. Because we all know the teams in pot 2 and pot 3, their strengths are normally the same. So when you put in a lot of effort or a bit more effort, you can beat a team in pot 2. The only ones who normally are very, very strong to beat are the ones in pot 1. Yeah. So let's say Nigeria is in pot 3. Then Nigeria, pot 1, pot 2, pot 3, and pot 4. So meaning those are the pot 4. Nigeria can beat them easily. So let's say Nigeria tries and gets a good result against a team in pot 2. And maybe things go well, another one get pot 2. Meaning qualify will be very, very easy. So for this day, I think Nigeria has a very, very advantage position. Better than we Ghanaians that have already qualified. Because Ghana, we are 73rd.
We are definitely going to pot 4.
We are definitely going to pot 4. So you will see us with Uzbekistan, Jordan, those people will be there. We'll be fishing with them.
I mean,
so you see that will make things
so clear. Yeah.
It's so clear because the last World Cup Ghana went to, we were in the same position. That's why qualification became very difficult. Because we got Portugal in pot 1, Uruguay in pot 2, South Korea in pot 3, and Ghana in pot 4. Look at all this. So we were able to beat South Korea, but the rest we lost to the rest. That's why I'm telling you that if you're in pot 3, you can beat someone in pot 2. In pot 2, so meaning pot 4 automatically you are going to beat that person because you beat someone in pot 2 and allow a team in pot 4. Because let's be frank, the pot 4 people, most of them are below 80, 70, 90, and 100. Some of them are even more than 100 in the ranking. So if you are 41st and you can't beat a team ranked 100 here, you come and meet us at home. So with this, if Nigeria can qualify, I tell you, they'll be in an advantageous position to go out of the group stage for the first time in a very long while. So we are hoping they qualify so that they can get this advantage, because I wish Ghana was in this position when it comes to the ranking. I won't lie to you, I envy Nigeria on this part. So let's hope that they can make good use of it.
So as Sanana said, the thing is this only comes to play if Nigeria qualifies to the World Cup.
That's it.
That means Nigeria has to play 3 games. Their next one is against Gabon, which is a very difficult game. And then they have to beat the next team and the last one before they can qualify to the World Cup. So this is so good, but it only comes to play if Nigeria goes to the World Cup. As I said, Ghana might have qualified to the World Cup, but playing pot 4 is just going to be very difficult for us, especially when it comes to the draw, which will be held in December. Now, speaking about the game Nigeria is going to play against Gabon, there have been a lot of talks concerning that game. I want us to talk about one very, very quickly, and this is coming from Aubameyang. I want us to talk about what he said in that game very, very quickly. Now, this is what Aubameyang said, and I read. He says that we Gabon want to go to the World Cup, and to get there we have to win games. I am very motivated, and when you have the chance to go to the World Cup, you have to be even more motivated to do so. He's 36 years of age.
This is his last chance.
Yes, this is his last chance, and I think he's given it his all. In the last game Gabon played against Gambia, he scored
4 goals.
4 goals, where that game ended in a 4-3 win. Then he picked up 2 yellow cards, resulting in him missing the next game. Gabon played against Burundi. They even ended up winning that game by 2 goals to 0.
Against Nigeria, he is fully fit and ready. The only thing that can prevent him is injury.
Yes.
Apart from that, Aubameyang is ready to feature in that game.
I mean, people were thinking that because of the red card, he was supposed to miss 2 games. Actually, it wasn't a straight red card. It was 2 yellow cards. So it's just 1 game. So he's going to be available for the game against Nigeria, and he's sending a direct shot, a direct warning to Nigeria. Now, Chanana, you have heard the statement from Aubameyang. Do you think this goes way up to shaking Nigeria, maybe ahead of the game they're going to play?
Okay, I don't think Nigeria will be shaken by Aubameyang. They will just be a bit careful, because we all know now. See, Aubameyang is one of the players that you say is aging like fine wine. Because you see him for the past 3-4 seasons. He has been he's getting to his late 30s, but he's still in his prime. But the guy is banging goals left, right, whether in mainstream Europe or in Saudi, he's still scoring. When you go to Marseille, he's scoring all the time. He played in Marseille before he went to Academia and came back to Marseille, and he's still scoring. So you can't say anything about it when it comes to his performance. So the only thing is, we just hope that he has a bad day, because otherwise Nigeria will have a lot of problem on their hands, because they will have to pay me. Fine, even though Gabon has other good attackers, but he will be the main threat. Because the last game he didn't play, they had to wait until the 80-something minutes before they were able to score a goal, and they end up winning the game 2-0. So with Gabon, with Aubameyang in the Gabon team, they are far more sharper and dangerous. But I don't think they will trouble Nigeria. I'm expecting Nigeria to beat Gabon because of what is at stake. I know that Nigeria players, they are going to give their all, because there's no room for error. So they are going to give that, because it's just 1 game to be played in Morocco, and you don't have the chance to say, it's no moment now. The way they say maybe you come back and all. You have to do things. If you've made a mistake in the first half, meaning you have to rectify it in the second half. Otherwise, you're out. So I think with this thing, Nigeria will be very focused, and they can't afford to make that opportunity that I've gotten slip. So I think they will qualify.
Warning well received by Aubameyang. Now let's move on from that and talk about an issue we have touched on previously: the goal scoring in Nigeria. Now, Victor Osimhen has scored a larger part of the goals Nigeria have scored throughout the qualifiers. So far, he has scored 6 goals in 5 appearances in this qualifiers. What you have to know is 8 other players scored goals for Nigeria, and each of them have 1 goal. And we talked about this whole goal distribution thing, stating that it cannot come from only 1 player. Now, I want to read exactly what former Super Eagle player and also former West Bromwich Albion player had to say about this whole goal distribution thing. Now, this is what he said, and this is coming from Brown Idei. I hope I got the pronunciation right. He says that if Victor Osimhen is the only striker doing numbers when it comes to the scoring of goals for Super Eagles, then we have a problem. If we make it to the World Cup, the other strikers need to sit up their game or step up their game. This is a very important thing that every official and the whole technical team need to take serious. Chanana, let's talk about it for the last time. Let Nigeria understand why it is very important for goal distribution to be fairly or evenly shared amongst almost all the players or almost all the forwards.
The thing is, when you allow 1 player to shoulder all the goal scoring opportunity, you become too predictable. And when you are too predictable, you not always have your way. There are days that you meet up teams that you have the same strength, and they will mafia you. Because when you have, and you all know, Osimhen is not a dribbler. You understand? He feeds on chances. Even though sometimes he can score the spectacular or do things out of the moon, he's not a playmaker or someone who can dribble 4 or 5 players and score. It's not the Lionel Messi, the Cristiano Ronaldo type who can make things happen out of nowhere all the time. They feed on chances. So with Osimhen, when you put all your whatever you have and you think Osimhen will do the work for you, which is nice. It's good to have your best player performing, but the others have to chip in 1 or 2. That will even relieve the burden of him. And last time I said it, and I'll say it again. The rest of the players must use this as a motivation. They must feed off this to be something advantageous to them, not something that will hinder. Because when you have a player like that, we all know he would draw more attention. So the others, if you use your brain, you are a bit smarter. No, yeah, if you're a bit smarter and use your brain, you feed off the chances that he will create. Sometimes it's movement alone can create chances. Because let's say Osimhen moves like this, at least 2-3 players will be aware before you realize another player is coming back. So please, the Nigerian players, now we have gotten to where that you can't leave all the burden on one player. We beg you all should contribute, because he's not the only one going to the World Cup. It's just one player. We will take another 25 people along. So the 25 along, we beg you people to do something and help the guy, because the guy can't see the guy. Sometimes he's playing the ball, he's angry. Because you people are putting a lot of burden on him. Please, we leave him off some burden so that you can get him at the utmost best. Otherwise, when he gets to the crucial moment, he will disappoint you guys because he's human.
Yep.
So we are begging.
So as Sharana said, I just want to add this. This goes to the other forwards that have been, getting call-ups to the Super Eagles to play alongside Victor Osimhen or replace him in the team. They have really not been productive, and I want to even list them: Victor Boniface, Akwa Adams, Paul Onuachu, Aruku Dari. Like, none of them have be able to live up to the hype of Victor Osimhen. Victor plays like the whole of Nigeria is on his shoulders. And as Shanana said, if I'm the opponent and I'm going to face Nigeria, all I have to do is team Osimhen, and I know no one in that team has the balls to score. This is the time where goal distribution should be a thing. Everyone should learn how to score goals. And I'm going to even add this or tip this for Eric Sepichel. This is free advice. All the players should learn how to play penalties. You see, this is a one-off game in these playoffs. So if you go to training, after everything else, just spend like 1 hour and be playing penalties, because it would get to a point where penalties would be the main decider of who goes to the World Cup or not. So it is important. This whole goal scoring thing cannot be the burden or cannot be the job of one person. We can't all be shouting Osimhen, Osimhen, Osimhen. It should also be the job of other strikers that have been called. Even midfielders, even wingers can also score goals.
Yeah.
Moses Simon, Chukwueze, Iwobi, they all should contribute in the goal scoring.
As I said earlier, Nigeria will be going with 26 players, not only Osimhen. So the rest of you guys to buckle up.
So guys, you have heard from us concerning the goal distribution. Let's hear from you concerning that. Now, lastly, let's talk about what Victor Ipeba had to say about the qualifiers so far. He is blaming the NFF and also, the team for not starting this qualifiers very well. He feels like the first 3 games was really bad, and it really gave Nigeria a bad footing in the qualifiers to the extent that they are in this position where they are now. Now, this is what he said, and I read. He states that our slow start was the greatest undoing. We couldn't do our job against Lesotho at home, drew away to Zimbabwe, and also lost to Benin Republic. Our form during that period was terrible. Guess who was the coach at that time? Finidi George.
Yeah.
Then he added that we had a manager in Jose Pesero who left. Finidi George came in, and there was a little bit of chaos everywhere. That was where we didn't get it right. And this one goes straight to the NFF. The manager, or this manager, Eric Sepichel, has done a great job. 4 wins, 2 draws from 6 games. This is what people don't even know. People were calling for his head that he should be sacked. Eric Sepichel to be sacked. You have seen the statistics. 4 wins, 2 draws, 6 games. He has not lost a game so far. I think the only game that I feel like he did not play well was the game against Zimbabwe. That last minute goal that he conceded.
But for me, I will not blame, because as experienced players, sometimes when you are playing a game, there are some things that the coach won't tell you. You are playing a crucial game, and look at the way Nigeria suffered to score in the 70-something minutes. Then you allow the game the goal to be equalized in the 90th minute. The players are not serious. I won't blame the coach.
Thank you.
The players are not serious.
Thank you. So as Victor Ipeba said, he says that their starting was their undoing. The games they played against Lesotho, Zimbabwe, and Benin. Now, I feel like this matter, we have already talked about it, but it is important because and you are going to a playoffs. You don't want to go there. You don't have the chance to even go and start wrongly.
Yeah. Wrongly and what? If you want to start wrongly, then please stay in the house.
Yes, you can't start wrongly in the playoffs.
You want to start wrongly, stay in the house.
And Gabon, they are born ready. Gabon, it was just 1 point difference between them and Ivory Coast.
They got a whooping 25 points.
Yes, so you should understand that you're going to play against a country that is eager, a country that has players who know that this is their last chance of making it to the World Cup. Aubameyang is 36.
6 years.
This is his. The next World Cup, he'll be 40.
He's not Ronaldo.
It's not Ronaldo. I mean, that's the honest truth.
I tell you, that's his last dance. So the guy is coming like a wounded lion.
So I think Victor Ipeba was on point on this particular one. The whole chaos with Finidi George, his fight with Victor Osimhen, that whole thing was just chaotic. And I just feel like Nigeria going into this playoffs, we are definitely going to bring you more updates concerning that. Yeah. But this is the time, this is the chance for Nigeria to go in, make a name for themselves, and take that last spot that is left. What else is there to say? There's nothing more. Ghana is already there. We are just waiting for Nigeria to also, pick up that spot.
We have number 1 goalkeeper.
Yes. So guys, we are going to end it here. We'll make sure to bring you more updates live here. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and also turn on notification. My name is Adam. For the sake of this video, you can call me Ebuka.
And Chinedu was in the building, and we'll still come back in the building.
Charlie, we go vibe.
We go vibe.